Am I recording? I'm hoping I'm recording here. Anyway, it's light enough where I don't have to use the flashlight to see. And there's one thing that was in my spirit when I was getting up and meditating on the Lord this morning. And it has to do, well, it's concerned with the church and whether the church is going to be here or not. You know, there's much more truth out there than what a lot of different religious groups realize. And you know, I started off being a Church of Christ, and the Spirit of the Lord got a hold of me, and I realized, well, there's believers that exist outside of the Church of Christ, right? So it's not like everyone is on the same spiritual level. You know, those who hunger and thirst, well, the Lord's going to raise them up and lead them higher up the mountain. And so this morning I'm going to talk on about the rapture and whether it's going to happen. When is it going to happen? We all know, I think the world knows that Jesus is coming back. We just don't know when. And I remember it was some time ago that it was with these trucks make a lot of noise. With a brother, his name is Art Beekman, and I first met him in Nelson in '86, and I just met him shortly after. He died while on cocaine, and God raised him back to life again, and he since died a second time and was raised back to life a second time. The Lord spoke to Art, says, Art, I'm going to have mercy on you because you're going to be working for me. Anyway, he's one of my best friends, and the Lord gave him a word in '86. I was on this crosswalk from Lethbridge, Alberta to Expo '86. The Lord gave me a vision in October of '85 to build a cross and to go across Canada, or just Western Canada anyway, and I ended up staying with Art with his brother in Nelson. And I seen the Spirit of the Lord come on him, and the Lord began to speak through him, and he was actually seeing a vision at the same time that he was bringing forth the word. And this is March of 1986, and the title of this prophecy is it's called "Are You Ready for Death or Eternal Life?" And some of you who live in Winnipeg, Manitoba there, I remember I took this prophecy and made a bunch of flyers and met a group of people there. We went downtown and putting these posters out everywhere. And I built another cross at the time, walking downtown when the Spirit of the Lord would lead us. We ended up getting arrested, and that kind of broke that up. And because the believers there, they did not like what this prophecy had to say, because it was not according to what they've been taught in church. So if it rattles your cage, well, that's not my fault. You know, truth tends to shake you up. But the church needs to realize truth. And so I'm just going to read this. It says, we cannot express the seriousness of the times. Your true Lord, the Son of God, is coming after the world has a chance to be deceived by the false Christ. The choice would be yours to believe on him now, soon, and very soon, and die and suffer eternal death, or prepare yourselves from this moment on to save your families, souls, and secure your livelihood until the true Son of God, Jesus Christ, comes. It goes on to say, to follow the false god would temporarily seem the thing to do until you are marked, and then you are destined to die an eternal death. I will not want you for my children. I have spoken. Revelations 10:6. And I remember the Lord speaking to Art and saying that this time would happen, that the great falling away would happen in the time of the fall. And I believe we're here. I believe we're at the forefront where the man of sin is setting the stage, creating fear and panic in the earth, economic panic right now, and we're going to see a mass earthquake on the west coast as a sign of a revival that's going to bring forth spiritual shaking, and I believe that could be any time. And God in His mercy is going to bring forth a moving of a spirit in the Vancouver area, Seattle, Abbotsford area. And this move is going to go forth through the planet. And then the earth changes are going to hit the west coast, and Vancouver and Seattle is not going to be no longer in existence. But I believe we're at that point where this economic shaking is going to cause it's going to shake everything that can be shaken, and those who are not steadfast on the Word of God, who know God, who have a relationship with Him, that their foundation, their spiritual foundation, is going to be shaken, and they're going to realize how destitute that they are. And in order for revival to take place, people need to realize the need, right? And but this word here about the rapture, it's not going to happen the way most churches think. God is raising up a people not to take them out, but to be warriors of light and to fight in this last battle. And before the Lord comes back, where everyone can see, He's going to reveal Himself in a people. And that's the revelation that most of the churches are missing. They don't see because they've been falsely taught, not intently, but Bible schools and all that, they tend to just repeat what they've been taught, not really knowing what they're teaching. Repetition, religion, whatever you call it. But anyway, this word goes out to you church people. You better put your suitcases away, because you're not going anywhere. There's going to be a spiritual catching away, a raising up in the spirit, and I believe that's the true interpretation of being caught up to the Lord in the spirit first, and then in body. The Lord's preparing our soul, He's perfecting our soul to inhabit a perfect body, right? So why take us out before the time? If I had the choice, I would stay. And my choice is to stay and help out any way that I can. Anyway, this ends this session. I'm going to sign out here. It's McDonald's time.